Better outcomes segment today. 11 easy ways to protect a credit score when getting a divorce. Protecting your credit during and after divorce may be trickier than one thinks. Divorce can bring a lot of financial strain along with causing emotional problems. It can become challenging for you to manage your lending and finances after a divorce. This can make it even more difficult for you if, after your divorce, your credit gets hurt. How can divorce affect your credit? Losing one source of income can put you in a financial bind, leading to missing or late payments on loans, credit cards, or bills. Payment history is essential in determining your credit score, and missed or late payments can lower your score. During divorce proceedings, the judge can order one spouse to make payments for jointly owned debts. If that happens and your spouse fails to make a payment, it will have an impact on both your and former spouse's credit reports. Regardless of what is written in your divorce decree, the original loan or credit card arrangement remains in effect. After a divorce, how can you protect or rebuild your credit? Going through a divorce may be costly. The amount of income coming into the house reduces considerably, but the expenses remain static. A massive change that comes about in your financial life after a divorce. This may lead to debt problems, and you may desperately want to get out of debt. You may be encountering a steady fall in your standard of living and dealing with debt. This could hurt your credit score. Knowing your credit score and what is currently affecting it is the first step in protecting or restoring your credit after a divorce. The amount of debt and payment history are the two most important criteria influencing credit. Minimizing your liabilities and maintaining a positive payment history are the best things you can do for your credit during and after the divorce. Number one, so here's some information on how to maintain or increase your credit score following the divorce. Number one, adjust your lifestyle or live on a budget. You must adjust to a lower level of living, which may be the most challenging element for you because your house's total income has decreased. You'll need to live on less money. This may entail significant changes such as moving to a less costly location, lending, refinancing, selling your car, including reevaluating your spending patterns. You will suffer severely if you do not adhere to this, as you may not accomplish any financial goals in the future. Number two, closing joint accounts entails the following steps. Begin breaking financial links with your husband as soon as you understand divorce is on the horizon. Make a list of all jointly held accounts using current billing statements and your credit report. Then cancel them by phone and in writing, ordering creditors not to reopen them. Number three, check your credit score religiously. MyFICO.com is the source I use, myFICO.com. Obtain a credit report and thoroughly examine every credit card or loan item on it during the divorce procedures. It's possible that your spouse used a credit card in your name without your knowledge. The debt will have to be settled during the settlement. To prevent this problem entirely, it is recommended to close any joint credit card accounts before finalizing the divorce. This will help safeguard your credit score from the negative consequences of careless expenditure. Number four, obtain a credit card in your name. After a divorce, you'll have to adjust your lifestyle because you'll have only one source of income. If you're short on cash to pay your bills, electricity, or other household needs, a credit card in your name can be a lifesaver. The secret is to apply for a credit card while you are still married, so you may use your spouse's income to meet the credit card company's income standards. Of course, this would be credit card in your name, but the concept is that your spouse's income can be included in the household income portion. Number five, request a copy of your credit report and make any necessary changes. Everyone is entitled to get a free annual credit report under federal law. If you haven't already done so, go to annualcreditreport.com to get your free credit report. When obtaining your report, double check that all information is valid and up to date. If you find any inaccuracies, you should contact the credit reporting agency as soon as possible to get them corrected. Keep an eye out for symptoms of fraud or identity theft as well, rather than relying on spouse maintenance or child. Number six, remove your spouse as an authorized user on your credit cards. This will prevent your spouse from accruing a debt you will be liable for. Consult a lawyer before closing accounts if your spouse is financially dependent on you. Number 7, obtain sole ownership of the debts you are accountable for. Transferring credit card balances to another card and refinancing debts are 2 ways to accomplish this. Maintain at least minimum payments on accounts that can influence your credit while you or your spouse and your attorneys work out the details or wait for the court's final ruling. Number 8, learn to manage your money. You must learn to manage your own money. If you're the type of lady or man who relies solely on her husband or wife for financial support, you're probably in a lot of trouble right now. Stick to a budget so you can keep track of your monthly income and expenses and see where your money is going. Keep track of your utility bills so you don't forget to pay them and end up paying late fees and penalties. Number 9, pay off debt and keep your balances low. Your credit utilization rate is one factor that can hurt your credit score. Working to pay down your credit card debt aggressively is another method to protect or improve your credit. You can consider payday loan relief to get out of high interest rate payday loan debt. Once it's paid off, try to keep your balances as low as possible. It is recommended that you should not utilize more than 30% of your credit limit. Number 10, make room for extra income. Even if you're employed, hunt for additional sources of income, especially if you have a child to support. You must endeavor to enhance your income resources so that you do not need to borrow money and be liable to repay with interest rates now that your husband or wife is no longer available to share your financial burden. Number 11, always pay your bills on time. Pay bills on time for a good credit score. If you and your ex-spouse had joint credit, be sure you know who is accountable for what so you don't fall behind on payments. Review your divorce paperwork if you're unsure. Both of you have gone through debt division as part of the divorce process, and your divorce order should spell out who is responsible for what. Your credit score will not be impacted directly by filing for divorce. You can get an indirect impact on your credit score by other methods. You may have purchased property together even if you don't have shared bank accounts. Knowing how your financial decisions in the past and the future post-divorce can affect your score is a critical first step in keeping your good credit or recovering from damaged credit. If you have questions about this, give us a call at 800-306-1990. We do have the Divorce Your Mortgage Workbook. That's mydymworkbook.com, mydymworkbook.com. That is the Better Outcome segment brought to you by mycdlp.com, mycdlp.com.